Okay, so I just go to Google and then I search for infographics over here. Okay, you can see there is a lot of different type of infographics. Okay, it depends on what you want to actually create. Okay, what type of information that you're going to make it into a graphic type of information that you want to share with people. Okay, of course, when you put just some text, right? Okay, sometimes when we create a PowerPoint presentation, for example, okay, when you put just text, it's kind of quite boring a bit, right? So unless if you have enough time to put in the graphics or whatever, so you can spend some time using Illustrator, you can create something like this. Okay, for example, you have here. Okay, of course, in order for you to create this like a journey from point A to point B, okay, you need some skill. You need to able to use the software to able to create something like this. Okay, even sometimes you can save some time by using a free pick. Okay, in free pick you can download a lot of free vector files, right? But even you can able to download, you should be able to know how to edit the file so that you can arrange it in this way. For example, the characters. Let's say I'm too lazy to draw all the character, right? So I can download from whatever free website, and then I need to arrange it in such a way, and some of the element I still need to draw back, or I have to create back. Okay, so I'm going to show you some simple objects that we can create. Okay, and then we use some of the tools that you never used before. All right, so how many of you are currently using Illustrator for your daily work? Can you just type in the chat? Currently using. Okay, Nirena, thank you. Some more. Nanda, no virus, on and off. All right, only started to learn. All right, great. Some more. How many of you all currently using Illustrator? All right, second question. How many of you all first time using Illustrator now? First time started to use Illustrator now, just install maybe. All right, Muniswaran. Are you sure, Muniswaran? First time. Okay, Affinity Designer. All right. Okay. All right, never mind. Okay, anyway, I will start from basic. Okay, so that everyone able to follow along. Okay, Catherine, first time last week. Okay. All right. Infinity about nothing about it. All right, normal use PSP. Okay, in my case, right, I started to use Corel Draw. Okay, I started to use Corel Draw and then Photoshop. Okay, then only I start to explore other software. Okay, so the year that I started to use Corel Draw, it was 1995. All right, just for your information. That time I was still studying in secondary school. Right, that's the first time I use CorelDRAW. CorelDRAW is very similar to Illustrator also. Okay, those days CorelDRAW is quite famous compared to Illustrator. Okay, okay, come, let's go into the lesson. Okay, what do you want to create for today? Any suggestion from my screen? If you can see my screen, the journey or the timeline? Which one? The earlier one, is it? Is it? Where was that? This one. This one, is it? Yes, of course, it looks cool, but then we don't have enough time to cover entire thing, right? Okay, so maybe we can, take the characters from free pick. Okay, we open, we copy, and then you can paste it in your document. But the rest of the object, like for example, the numbers, okay, the arrows, the line is going, right? Okay, all this we have to recreate lah. Okay, like snake and ladder. Which one? Snake and ladder. You mean this one, is it? Shazwana? The chart one, the chart. Or this one, is it? Which one? Can you just tell me? The more cleaner. Which row, which column? Or should I scroll my screen? It close this. Which row? Yes. Okay, scrolling. If you found it, please let me know. There, where? Where? Like ladder and snake. Business timeline. This one, is it? Okay, this one. All right, cool. Okay. Okay, so this one, how you can create this. Let me think. Okay, whenever you have any sample artwork, right, that you want to try to, try to recreate. Okay, of course, you can modify the whatever element that you have here. Okay, you try to, what you call, break down the design into a different element. Okay, for example, I can see there is a circle. Okay, and with the numbers, right, there is two circles over there. One is the big one is the white color gradient, white and gray gradient, and then the middle one got color with the shadow. If you notice, there is a shadow there. Okay, and then there is a number. Okay, and then the arrow, there is a semicircle over here. Okay, there is one circle, and then there is another quarter circle over here, and then there is a line, and then there is an arrow. All right, so you have to try to break down the design so that you can recreate back. Okay, so means I can join a half circle here, quarter circle here, and then one straight line, and then here I can draw a triangle shape using a polygon. No, it's not very hard. Okay. Okay, and then the rest is just text, and then you have a title here for the text. Okay, and then you have icons. Icons usually we just download. All right, usually to save time. But of course, you can draw back all this. Okay, and then there is an arrow over here. Okay, arrow you can directly get it from your stroke panel. Okay, let's say we want to try to create this. Okay, if we able to finish this, then we will create another object. All right, so let me just click the link. Let me share the link in the chat so that you can download the image as well. So I'm going to save the image, put it in the downloads folder. Okay, can you also download the file? And then open Illustrator, and then you go to new document. Okay, let's say I already open my Illustrator here. I go to new file, or you can go to file new. Okay, and then you choose web and then web large. And then you place your downloaded image, okay, as a reference image. Clear? For those who are first time using Illustrator, right? Okay, you open Illustrator, you go to new file, and then on top here there is a web, and then choose web large, and then click create. Okay, web large, and then click create. Okay, let me close all this. Okay, why web large? Okay, it can be any size actually. All right, so because our image, okay, it looks more like a landscape size, right? So that's why I choose web large. Okay, no specific reason. Okay, and then if you choose web large, right, the size is 1920, height is 1080. This is a common screen size. Okay, the full HD size. That's why I choose web large. And then usually the infographics, we will share it digitally. Okay, if let's say you want to planning to to create the infographic for printing purpose, let's say, then you key in the exact size. You have to change the unit, you put in the size, then you create. Okay, so just let's say if I go to new document, right, I'm planning to print my infographic, or I'm going to use it to my whatever magazine layout or book layout, let's say. So I go to change the pixel to millimeter. Okay, and then I set the size according to how big the image going to be in the book. Let's say like half A4, let's say, or maybe full A4. Then you can use the A4 size. Okay, let's say I choose a A4 size 210297. Okay, this is a portrait size. Maybe I can choose a landscape. All right, so it depends on where you want to put your image. All right, clear? And if printing, don't forget to change the color mode to CMYK. All right, just close this. Okay, after you create new document, you go to File and then Place. File, Place, and then choose your image. After you choose your image, you click and drag to load the image into your document, something like this. Just simply click and drag. Okay, and then you can put it aside. Okay, so when you're drawing in Illustrator, right, it can be, you can start with a small size. Later on, after you complete, you can select everything. You can just simply make it bigger. Okay, compared to in Photoshop, if let's say you created everything and then when you make it bigger, then you maybe the image will become blurry. Okay, because Photoshop is a pixel-based application. All right, but Illustrator is a vector-based, so you can make it how big you want. Clear? Okay, have you placed the image? Let me know. Okay, done, done, done. Okay. Okay, if I zoom in over here, zoom in. Okay, before that question, let's say I key in the wrong document size. How do I change it to a new size? All right, Muniswaran, go to web and then web large. Workspace. Okay, if I go to window, workspace, right? By default, what is your workspace? Is it essential? You can choose essential. Painting. Okay, change to essential. Essential, I think, is the default one. Okay, essential is fine. Okay. All right. So now take a look here. If I want to change the document size, after I created, I notice, oh no, I don't want a landscape. I want a portrait size, let's say. So you go to File and then go to Document Setup. Okay, go to File, Document Setup. Here, you still can change your unit over here. And then there is a bleeding that you can set. All right. And then if you want to change the size, right, you go to Edit Artboard. Okay, go to Edit Artboard. And then you will see a dotted line around your artboard. You just press Enter in your keyboard. Okay, so that you can key in your whatever size you want, or you can change the orientation from landscape to portrait, let's say. Clear? Document setup, edit artboard, press Enter. Okay, then change your size. Okay, so let's say I cancel back, and then I go to my selection tool to exit from the edit artboard. Okay, so now if I look at this image, right? Okay, as I mentioned before, this shape is a half circle, another quarter circle, and straight line. All right. So after we created this line, right, we will make it thicker so that you can see the line is very thick, right? Okay, after that, we need to make it into a shape instead of stroke. Okay, after make it into a shape, we need to divide the shape. Can you see this line, the orange and light orange, and then the blue color here, the cyan color or the turquoise color? All right, so we need to separate all this into an equal shape. So for that, we will draw a line from the center of the circle, and then we will use the pathfinder to separate the shape. Okay, so just for your info, later we will do that. Okay, let's say I'm going to start with this biggest shape over here. Okay, to draw the first circle, we draw using the ellipse tool. Okay, at your toolbar, there is a rectangle tool. You click and hold the rectangle tool, you will find ellipse tool. Okay, go to ellipse tool, you hold your shift key, and then you just simply click and drag. Hold your shift key, click and drag. Something like this. Okay, then after that, use your selection tool. Okay, so this is a full circle. Later we will cut it. So before I cut, right, what I do, I select my circle, the ellipse shape, the circle shape, and then hold the alternate key, click and drag. Okay, make sure you are moving it in a straight line. So you hold alternate and shift, you drag until it says intersect, something like this. Then you let go your mouse, because we have two circles here. One is half circle and quarter circle. Where to select the web page size? You go to File, New, or New File. Okay, you go to Web. On top here there is a Web, and then choose Web Large. Okay, Xiu Yinggan. Okay, in case your interface is different than mine, then you manually key in the full HD size. Change your unit to pixel 19201080. Color mode is RGB. Then you create. Unit pixel 19201080. Color mode is RGB. Click create. Okay. And then you place your image.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Mr. Ren.
Sir, when I drag the circle, right, I have to press the alternate key and mouse, right?
The first circle, is it?
Yeah.
The first one, hold your shift, click and drag.
Shift.
Okay, let's say I repeat again. The circle shape, take a look here. First, you choose your ellipse tool. Okay, after you choose ellipse tool, if you click and drag, it will become ellipse shape. But I don't want ellipse, I want circle, right? So I hold the shift key, click and drag. Hold the shift key, click and drag. After that, go to your selection tool. Go to your selection tool, hold your alternate key. Can you see that? When I press alternate, I can see double arrow. Okay, hold your alternate key, click and drag. While you're dragging, you hold your shift key also. Okay, so alternate and shift until you can see intersect. Then you let go your mouse first.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right, great. Is it done, everyone?
Done.
Okay, very good. Everyone done? Yinggan done? Xiu Yinggan done? All right. Okay, now we need to remove part of the circle, right? So what we do is, first thing, you go to your pen tool. Sorry, not pen tool. Okay, I can't see all my tools over here because currently this is basic tool. Okay, so I go to Window, go to Toolbar, and then you choose Advanced. Window, Toolbar, Advanced. Okay, so where is my scissor tool? Okay, scissor tool, right? The tool shortcut is C. Okay, I don't know where exactly it is. Okay, when I press C, I can see it is actually at the eraser tool. Okay, scissor tool. Can you see that? When you press C in your keyboard, you will get scissor tool. Okay, we need to cut the line first. Okay, so let's say I click on top here where there is anchor. Just click one time. Okay, and the second circle also same. When you move your cursor, it will say anchor. Then you click. Understand? Clear? Okay, cool. Okay, let me just repeat one more time. Because since we want to remove the top part over here, and this one we remove this area here. Okay, so what I do, I need to cut at the left hand side and right hand side for the first circle. Okay, for the second circle, I need to cut at the left hand side and also the top. Okay, when there is an anchor, you click. Okay, so go to scissor tool over here and then cut on the left hand side. Just click one time, and then on the right also same. Okay, you see when I bring my cursor here, it doesn't select my first circle. It is selecting my second circle, right? Correct or not? Can you see my screen? Can you see the blue color highlight? The second circle. Never mind. You just click first. Okay. And then on the top of the second circle also click. Okay. After you've done that, right? We still haven't cut yet. The first circle we haven't cut yet. Okay. So go to selection tool. Select the bottom, the first circle. Okay. And then you bring it to front. Okay. Go to object, arrange, bring to front. Object, arrange, bring to front. Then again, go back to your scissor tool. Then only you cut the second part. Then you can use your selection tool, select the top and then delete. This one, select the bottom and delete. You will get this. Clear?
Please repeat.
Okay, all right, I repeat one more time. Okay, after you have this circle, right? How many click? How many click? Okay, go to your scissor tool. Okay, can you see the sample, right? Can you see the sample? The first one, half circle, is only visible the bottom part. So you need to click left and right. Okay, the second circle, you need to click on the left hand side and also the top anchor. Okay, so let's say the first one, I click at the anchor left hand side, click one time. And then on the right hand side over here, if it is still highlighting, then you just simply click like that. All right, then I go to the top over here, click, and then click on the side anchor. If it doesn't select, you need to bring it to the front. Okay, if you can't select the correct anchor point, you need to bring the object to the front. So you need to go back to your selection tool, select the object, bring to front. If you're able to cut it, then you just simply select the top of the first circle, delete. Second circle, select the bottom and delete. Faham tak? Imagine there is a rope, macam tali kan? Okay, we use your scissor, we cut. Okay, the second circle also cut. After cut only, you go to your selection tool, delete the one you are not using. Dapat tak semua? Siapa yang masih tak dapat? Anyone? Kalau tak dapat, please let me know now, not later. Now. Again, I'm repeating. Siapa yang tak dapat, please let me know now, not later.
The second circle, sir.
Yeah.
When I try to do the second circle, is selecting the whole circle.
Okay, you go back to your scissor tool. You need to click at 2 points. You need to cut 2 points, top and also the left hand side. Understand or not?
When I click to the anchor, it shows please use the scissor tool on a segment or an anchor point, but not on the end point.
Can you share your screen?
Yes, sir.
Oh, why you didn't login from your computer?
Because I don't want to get lag.
Okay, all right. Go to your scissor tool. Click at the top. Click one time. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Then click OK.
Okay.
On the left hand side. Okay. Go to your selection tool. Click the bottom. No, the first you need to remove the top. Delete.
Okay.
The second you need to select the bottom.
This is thing.
Bring
Select.
that to the front first. Go to object, arrange, bring to front. Then go to your scissor tool again. Click on the left hand side. Left hand side. Now go to selection tool. Select the bottom. Select the bottom. Delete. Delete.
Cannot.
Delete first.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
All
Okay.
right. Great. Thank you. Okay. All right. So after we have done this, okay, manage to the first circle, the second one. Okay, again, I repeat, if you're unable to cut, right, you need to bring it to the front. Go to your selection tool, select your circle, and then go to object, arrange, bring to front. After that, you go to scissor tool, you cut at the side and on the top. Then you go to your selection tool, select the bottom part, press delete. Okay, Bagriza? Can you share screen? Kalau tak boleh, tolong share screen. Alright. Okay, yang atas tu buang dulu. Okay, select the second circle. Go to object, arrange, bring to front. Go to scissor tool, click at the side, anchor. Okay, and then top. It's already cut, I think. It's already cut. Click one time, the top. Yeah, it's already cut. Then go to your selection tool, select the bottom, and delete. Okay, you can see it is not connected. It's supposed to be connected. That means you didn't click at the anchor point, or when you duplicate, it doesn't move in a straight line. It could be two options. Okay, so you go to your direct selection tool now. Select the both anchor point in the middle, the joining part. Just click and drag. Just click and drag to make selection. Dari luar. Move sikit. Click and drag. Click and drag. Dari luar. You need to touch both. Yes, correct. Now you go to object. Ke atas. Okay, click. And then you go to path. Then you go to join. Okay, now it is joined. All right. Paham? Okay, all right. Stop the sharing, please. Okay. Okay, anyone else need assistance? Okay, after you have done this, right, we're going to make this thicker. Okay, go to your selection tool, select both line, and then you increase the thickness from your properties panel or your control option up here. If for example, in my case, I don't see any control up here. So I go to window and then choose control. Okay, window, control, so that I can see my stroke. I increase the stroke size. Okay, or I can press the up arrow key in my keyboard. Paham? Paham tak? Increase the stroke width. Can you do that? Okay, if done, let me know. Okay, very good. Done. Okay. All right. Now take a look at my screen. 140. Depends. Okay, not exactly need to be 140. Yeah, depends on your circle size. Okay, maybe it will be slightly different than mine. Okay. If your circle just now, right? If your circle is bigger than mine, then maybe you need to put more. If your circle is smaller, then you need to put lesser. So not necessarily 140. Look at your screen. Which one is suitable? Okay. Clear? Khalid? All right. Now, we want to continue the straight line, the black color arrow over here. So what I do, I go to my pen tool, and then you click at the anchor point over here. Can you see my cursor? When it says anchor, you click one time, hold your shift key, and then you click again to continue drawing the line. Faham? All right, try first. If done, let me know. Yes, sure, no worries. Okay, first of all, after you have done this, right, you go to your pen tool. Okay, you go to your pen tool, press P for pen tool. No need to press enter. Press, oh, okay, to stop the line, press V. To stop the line, press V. Okay, again, Siu, take a look here. V, Vietnam. Yep. Okay, you use your pen tool, bring your cursor near to the end over here. When it says anchor, you click one time and let go your mouse. Then move your cursor in a straight line. Can you see the purple color line? Make sure it is straight. Then you click again one more time. Okay, and you can see my cursor. If I move my cursor, the line doesn't stop. Right? If you click anywhere, it will create another line. But to stop the line, you press V. V is selection tool. Okay. I'm not sure if you remember or not. The function of the V, the selection tool, one of the function is to exit from other tools. Okay. Are you guys done? This line? Done or not? Okay, cool. All right, now take a look. Okay, let's say I want to draw this triangle shape over here. Okay, so I go to click and hold the ellipse tool, and then I go to polygon tool. Okay, go to polygon tool, and then you just simply click and let go your mouse. You will get a polygon option. Just simply click and let go. Jangan tarik. Just click dan lepas mouse. All right, and then you key in here the size to 3. Size doesn't matter. The radius doesn't matter. Just the side, change it to 3. Then you press OK. All right. Then you remove the stroke fill with fill color. Okay, so stroke you choose none, fill color you choose black, let's say something like this. Stroke none, fill color black, and then you make it bigger. Hold your shift key, click and drag to scale it proportionately, and then to rotate, right, use your selection tool, bring your cursor to outside of the blue color box. You will see a banded double arrow. You hold your shift key, click and drag, something like this, and then you place it at this line over here until it snaps. Can you see the purple color line? That is your smart guide. Okay, then you can still adjust the shape. Faham? Is there any other way to make a triangle shape? Okay, this the fastest and the easiest way, Anis. Why do you want to make another way? Fastest and the easiest way. Okay, if you want another way, you can draw back using your pen tool. One way. Another way is you draw a rectangle, a square shape, and then you remove one of the anchor point. Also can. All right. But then the problem with that rectangle tool, right? Okay, you will difficult for you to adjust the size later. You need to use your anchor point. For example, since you asked, right? So one way is I draw a square shape. I go to my delete anchor point tool. I remove one of the anchor point. Okay, then I rotate this, bring my cursor at the corner, and then hold the shift key, and then I rotate, and then I put it over here until it snaps. Then to adjust this, right, I can use my direct selection tool, and then I can adjust. Okay, so this is second way, all right, not using polygon. Third way, you go to your pen tool, click, hold your shift key, you click, and then you bring it to the center maybe, and then you connect back. Okay, this one maybe it is not even the size. Okay, so make sure it is a even size. All right, so let's say I just put it over here, and then I can adjust back the size. All right, clear, Anis? May I know why you asked that question, if you don't mind? Susah ke pakai polygon? All right, just ask it. Okay, so I put it back here, and then I make it bigger. Okay, and then I make it, wider a bit. Then adjust back. Okay, something like this. And then I zoom out. If it's too big, make it smaller. When you are adjusting the size, right, you can hold your alternate key, click and drag, so that it will scale from both sides. Okay, alternate, click and drag. Okay, I guess done, everyone? Are you guys done? Okay, very good. Okay, now before we convert the stroke into a shape, okay, I'm going to draw all this line to separate the shapes. Okay, there's a different colors, right? Okay, we need to draw a line first. Okay, to draw a line, okay, I go to my, let's say pen tool. Okay, I go to my pen tool. I bring my cursor to the center of the circle. Can you see that? Can you see the purple color line? It says intersect. You click first. Okay, and then I move my cursor, okay, to the left hand side while holding the shift key, so that it will appear in a straight line, something like this. Then I click to stop the line. Okay, then you press V in your keyboard. Faham? Can you do that? Or if you need me to repeat, let me know. Draw a straight line from the center of the circle. You need to bring your cursor to the center. When it says intersect, then you click and let go one time. And then move your cursor to the left hand side, slightly bigger than the circle, the existing circle. And then you shift and click so that you will get a straight line. Then you press V to stop the line. Okay, I guess done? Okay, in my case, right, I noticed that I can't see my stroke, okay, because there is no stroke color. Okay, so what I do, I open my color panel, window color, and then I click this arrow over here to swap the color between fill and stroke. Okay, now I have my stroke color. Then I click outside, I can see the line. Faham? Faham semua? Okay, you already have your line, right? This straight line. You need to put a stroke color, not fill color. Fill color, you choose none. Stroke color, black color. Okay, that's all. Okay, okay. Let's say done up to here. So what we need to do now, we need to, this line, right? I need to repeat the line so that it rotates in this center point around this circle over here. Okay, and if you notice, the angle between here, you see, imagine you have one line over here. Okay, let's say I just simply draw a line. Okay, you have one line. Okay, so let's say I draw another line, something like this lah, just roughly. Okay, another line, another line. We are trying to create this line over here. Okay, so the angle between the line, what is the angle? Anyone? Berapa sudut?
45.
Okay, 45 degrees. Very good. Okay, so what we need to do is, okay, we already have the first line, right? We need to duplicate the line. At the same time, I want it to rotate 45 degrees centered to this point. Okay, paham? So how to do that? You go to your rotate tool. Can you see your rotate tool? Shortcut is R. Okay, select the line first, go to rotate tool, okay, and then bring your cursor to the center of the circle, which is at the anchor point. Correct, right? At the anchor point, right? You hold your alternate and click. Hold your alternate and click. Bring your cursor to the anchor point of the line. Hold your alternate and click. Okay, so over here, I will key in 45 degrees and then copy. Okay, then you just press Control D, Control D, Control D. It will repeat. Okay, I'm going to repeat one more time. Don't worry. Okay, take a look here. Take a look at my screen one more time. Select your line using your selection tool. Okay, and then you go to your rotate tool. Okay, when you go to rotate tool, right, you will see there is a small cyan color center point. If I simply click and drag, can you see that? It is rotating at the center of the object. We don't want that. We want it to spin around this point over here. Okay, so what I do, let me just undo back. Undo. Okay, so what I do, I bring my cursor to the end of the line over here. When it says anchor, hold your alternate and click. If you're using Mac, option and click. Okay, you will get rotate option. The angle, use 45 degrees. Positive value, it will be anti-clockwise. Negative value, it will follow the clockwise. All right. So let's say I put 45 degree and then press copy. Not okay, yeah, copy. Okay, it will make a copy and then you just have to repeat the transform. How to repeat? You can go to object, transform again. Shortcut is Control D. So you just press Control D until you get up to this line. Faham? Can you try first? Try first, tak dapat, bagi tahu. Okay, very good, done. Okay, great, thank you. Semua dapat tak? Ada yang tak dapat? Anyone? Ada yang tak dapat? Okay, I assume semua dapat. Okay, so we do the same for over here. Okay, so over here what we do, okay, let's say I have this line, right? I already have this line, right? So what I do, I bring my cursor to the end of the line until I see a straight double arrow. I click and drag until it snaps to the intersect. Can you see the intersect? Okay, so it will go to the center of this circle when it says intersect. Okay, so I'm going to duplicate this over here. Okay, so go to, after you scale it until it shows, for example, let's say this line is shorter. Okay, select the line. Okay, make it longer, slowly, yeah, until it says intersect. Then you let go your mouse. If let's say your line is bigger, longer, let's say macam ni, contoh lah, then you need to make it shorter. So select your line using selection tool, bring your cursor to the end. When you see double arrow, straight double arrow, the horizontally straight double arrow, you click and drag until it says intersect, like this. Okay, Then again, select the object, go to rotate tool, bring your cursor to the anchor point over here, alternate and click. Okay, this time we need to put -45. Okay, we want the line to rotate following clockwise. -45 and copy. Then press Ctrl D. Faham? Faham tak? Okay, try dulu. Kalau dah, bagi tahu. Okay, ulang balik. Okay, anda balik. Okay, let's say I have this line, right? Can you see my screen? This line, kita kena bawa dia ke pusat bulatan yang ini. Ini bulatan kan? Betul tak? A quarter, right? Suku bulatan kan? Okay, so select the line and then you make it longer until the line touch the center point of the circle. Bila dia keluar intersect, that means it is aligned from the top over here. Maksudnya this is the center point. Okay, then select the line, go to rotate tool, bring your cursor to the end where it says anchor, alternate and click. Okay, nilai rotation letak -45. Then copy. Okay, then press Ctrl D to duplicate. Can you do first? Try first. Try dulu. Okay, but these are done. The others. Kalau tak dapat, let me know. Okay, Rex Wong done. Done. Alright. Rotate is a R for rotate tool. Kemudian alternate and click. Kalau kita nak letak pusat tu kat mana-mana, you put your cursor there, alternate and click. Alright. Okay, let's proceed. Okay, now we want to separate the object. Before separate, we're going to change the stroke into a shape. Okay, so select the circle stroke over here. Can you see my blue color highlight? You select this line, hold your shift key and then click this also. In case if it is separate. If it is together as one line, just select one line. Cukup. If together, select satu. Kalau separate, select dua-dua. Okay. Okay. After you select this, right? Select both line and then you go to object and expand. Object menu, tekan expand, tekan OK. Okay? Faham?
Again, sir.
Select both line, not the straight line, yang besar, yang tebal, the circle. Okay, select the big circle and the quarter circle with the straight line. Select dua-dua sahaja. Go to object, expand. Then click OK. All right. Nanda, do you still need me to repeat? Okay, done. Okay, very good. Okay, what we have just done, right? Okay, take a look here. Take a look at my screen. Okay, so let's say I have a circle shape, right? Okay, and then I increase my stroke here. Okay, this is a stroke. Okay, so let's say I cut here. Okay, something like this. Okay, this is a stroke. If I edit the stroke, for example, I go to my direct selection tool, I select, can you see that? It is still a stroke. Okay, not a shape. But the moment I convert this into a shape, let's say I go to expand, window, go to object and expand. Then I click OK. So after I click OK, what happened? If I go to my direct selection tool, I select, it doesn't select the center point, but it select the outer shape. If I click and drag, I can reshape this. Faham tak? Kalau stroke kita tak boleh buat shape macam ni. Okay? Jelas? Jelas? Okay. So we already expand the shape over here. Then you select everything together. Select semua serentak. Semua sekali. Okay, so this one buang. Okay, select everything. Okay, and then you go to shape builder tool. Shape builder tool, nampak tak shape builder tool? Shift M. Shortcut dia Shift M. Okay, you go to shape builder tool. Okay, and then you just simply click over here. Click and drag. Here got two shape. Okay, here click and drag. Click and drag, click and drag, and here got three lines here. Just simply click and drag first, click and drag, and here also got three shape. Click and drag. Make it as one object. Nampak tak? My highlight. Okay, make it to something like this. Whether got color or no color, it's okay. No worries. Okay, and then here the triangle I forgotten to select. Shape builder tool. Pergi dekat shape builder tool. Cari shape builder tool dekat toolbar. Ataupun shift M. Tekan shift M. Malaysia. Okay. So this one also I select. Go to shape builder tool. Why selecting everything? Do balik. I go to shape builder tool. I click and drag, click and drag, click and drag. Okay. Dapat tak? Why there is extra line? Okay, again I go to shape builder tool. Okay, since in the middle here there is one extra line. Okay, so we have an issue here. What is this? Oh, okay. After I expand, it's create extra line over here. It's okay. So select everything again. One more time. I'm showing. Select everything. I go to my shape builder tool, and then I simply click and drag, click and drag, click and drag to make it as one object. Okay, and then here also click and drag. Let's say something like this. All the extra line, right? You can hold your alternate, click and drag to remove. Okay, hold your alternate, click and drag to remove. Faham tak? Faham tak? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so after you make it as a shape, right? You can see the highlight. Okay, as long as you can see the highlight, you go to your selection tool. Okay, and then you select all the objects together. You fill with some color. Any color doesn't matter. No stroke. Okay, just for demo purpose. And then manually select one by one. Select the first shape. Okay, so here you can see sometimes it is combined together. You see? So we have an issue over here. Okay, so it is not separated. Okay, so we have to separate it again. So I go to my shape builder tool. Okay, I click one time, click again one time. So it will be separated. So if I select one more time, if it is still together, you need to ungroup first. If I go to object, ungroup. Then I can select it separately. Okay, paham? After click the shape builder tool, how to select the section? Bagriza, where were you? Okay, take a look at my screen. For those who didn't get right, I'm going to undo back. Okay, first we expand the object. Okay, after we expand, we select everything. Okay, select everything. Then go to Shape Builder tool. Shortcut is Shift M. If you couldn't find the Shape Builder tool, you tekan Shift. Shift jumpa tak dekat keyboard? M jumpa tak? Tekan Shift dan M. Okay, then you can see your Shape Builder tool will become active. All right. So after that, okay, let's say I want to remove all the extra line first. Okay, so I hold my alternate key. When I hold my alternate, the cursor will change to an arrow with a minus. Hold the alternate, you click and drag around the line that you don't want. Can you see my cursor where I'm going? Okay, alternate, click and drag. Alternate, click and drag. Alternate, click and drag. Okay, so here also alternate, click and drag to remove all the extra line. After that, you need to combine this. Okay, now it is separate. Can you see my highlight? There is two sections over here, right? Just simply click and drag. Okay, it will become as one object. And then again, here also same, click and drag. Okay, here, two sections, right? Click and drag. Okay, click and drag. But here, I have three sections over here, right? So click and drag so that the cursor touch all the three sides. Here also click and drag, and here also 3 and 4, 5, 6. I don't know how many. Just simply click and drag so that it becomes as one shape. Paham? Paham tak? Okay, if done, okay, after you already separate all the shape, right? Now you can see the highlight. Okay, something like this. You go to your selection tool. Okay, you fill with whatever color. In case if it is not black lah, in case if it is not black, if it is white, then you put some color. Okay, and then you can select individual object. In case if you can't select, you need to ungroup. Select everything, go to object, ungroup. Go to object, ungroup. Okay, after ungroup, deselect and then select again. Change color. Okay, select again, change color. If you want to put the same color as in your image, right? You select the object, press I for eyedropper tool, and then pick the color from your image. Go to selection tool, select the object, press I for eyedropper tool, and then pick the color from your image. Paham? Press B for selection, I for eyedropper tool, B for selection, click the object, press I, and then pick the color. Press V, select the object, press I, pick the color. Okay?
So
Yep.
I have problem.
Yes.
When I select, then it change differently, so I don't know what happened.
Can you share screen?
Where's that button?
Can you share screen? Okay.
So select everything in there. Then shapes.
Okay, it doesn't highlight, right? Okay,
Yeah.
go back your selection tool. Deselect.
How to deselect?
Just click outside. Just click. Okay, select your black color circle. You need to click at the middle of your circle. Can you see the highlight? Select. Shift click. Okay, go to object, menu. Expand. You need to expand first. Okay? Click OK. Now select everything.
Now select everything. Select everything.
Go to Shape Builder tool. Alternate click and drag to remove.
Alternate.
Yes.
This
Yes.
one.
Correct. Let go first. Let go your mouse. Yes.
Inside here also.
Also remove. Yes. Correct. Correct. Again, continue. Okay. Now join the shape. Don't go there. Go to the black color. You need to click and drag. Just simply click and drag to join the shapes. Yes, correct. Some more. No, the arrow. You left out a bit.
Here.
Yes, correct. Correct. Yes, correct.
Okay.
Okay, go to your selection tool. Select everything, ungroup. Just click and drag again. Why you undo? Okay, just redo that. Go to object, ungroup first.
Yes, ungroup.
Ungroup.
Oh, okay.
Okay, then click outside. Okay, the black color line, you just select and then delete. Black color line. Delete. Select everything, fill with color. Because white color you cannot see, right? Then press I for eyedropper. Press I in your keyboard.
Okay.
And then pick the color from your image. Okay, go to your selection tool. Select the second object. Click outside first. Click outside first. Second object. Select. Press I. And then pick the color. Press V. Press V. Select the third object. Press I. Pick color. Press V. Select the fourth. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Rex Wong, can you share your screen? Did you manage to do it? If not, share screen. Cannot see your screen. Okay. Share again. Share the Illustrator screen. Okay, so what is the problem? Oh. Why you click the mesh tool? Okay, this one you have to undo back. You have to undo back. Control Z. Until the mesh tool area. Undo, some more. Some more, undo. Undo. Some more. Undo, undo. Undo. Okay. Redo. Control Shift Z. Control Shift Z. Redo. Redo. Control Shift Z. Okay. Undo. Okay. Select that object. Okay. Now select everything. Okay. Go to Shape Builder tool. Then you remove the line. Make it accept. Yes. Yes. Yep. You combine that, the arrow and the last line. Combine. Yeah. Click and drag. Click and drag. Yes. Some more. Some more. Click and drag. In the sample, it is the same color, right? Okay, can. If you want to make it separate, also can. Then alternate, click and drag. Correct. Okay, after done, you ungroup. All right.
Sir, question, sir.
Yep.
there's a one line. I mean, it's like red color. I don't know what is that.
Can share screen? Okay, I can't see. Hang on, hang on.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, how to see your screen? Okay, where is it?
This one.
Can you zoom in? Control spacebar and then you click to zoom in that area. I can't see your line.
Oh, okay.
Okay, select the three objects together. From outside, you just simply click and drag. From outside, you click and drag to make selection.
Okay.
Use your selection tool. And
Yeah.
then hold your shift key, click the top and bottom object to remove from the selection. Shift
This
and
one.
click the purple, shift and click the bottom. And then
Okay.
shift and click the top one also. Shift and click.
This one. This one.
The middle one, the blue color, the blue color object, shift click. Okay, now delete. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay, anyone else got any issues? Anyone else got issues? All done? Managed to put the color? Okay, Nanda done. Khalid done. Azwana done. Okay, Rex Wong done. Thank you. Virus done. Adiswandi done. Nirina done. Bakriza dah ke? All right. Okay, cool. Okay, now, okay, all this done. Okay, up to here, right? Okay, which tool you have difficulty in using? Is it the shape builder tool? Is it the shape builder tool? Rotate. Okay. Rotate so many steps. Where got so many steps? Okay, you just select your object, use your rotate tool, bring your cursor to the center point, then alternate click. That's it. Then key in the value, copy. Then Control D. Tak banyak kan? Boleh kira dengan jari kan? Step dia. Alright. So no worries, no worries. Later I'll repeat again. Nanti kita buat objek lain pula. Okay. So over here, okay, kita ada icon. Icon boleh tak kita download dan letak? Boleh tak? Agak-agak boleh tak? Alright. Okay. So saya skip icon. Okay. And then for this circle, kita ada dua circle. Okay. Both circle there is a shadow. Okay. The white color circle, right? There is a gradient. Light gray dengan white color. And drop shadow. Okay. So we want to try to create that. Okay. Let's say, for example, I go to my ellipse tool. Go to ellipse tool. And then I bring my cursor over here at the path. Hold your shift and alternate key. Click and drag. Something like this. All right. So first circle done. And then I'm going to apply a gradient. Okay. So after you draw a small circle, okay, katakan you tak lukis atas tu lah, kita lukis kat luar je. Okay, let's say something like this. Okay, go to your ellipse tool, hold your shift key, click and drag. Besar pun tak apa, tak ada masalah. Okay, something like this. Later we can scale it back. Alright. So after you draw the shape, you can go to your gradient panel. Window, gradient. And then you click at the gradient color. Okay, something like this. Can you see there is a box here, like a gradient color, black and white? You click that. And then to change the color, you double click the small circle over here. Can you see that? Double click. Okay. And then change the color to a lighter gray. How to change to lighter gray? If you see RGB, right? Okay, what you do? You change the all three value to be same or almost same also can. Something like this. Okay, so even lighter a bit more. Okay, something like this. So you have white and light gray. Then click back your gradient panel. You change the angle to 90 degrees. Okay, after you change to 90 degrees, right? Let's say I don't want my white color to be at the bottom. I want the white color to be on top. So I click this reverse gradient. Kalau dah bagi tahu. Draw a small circle. Go to gradient panel. Click the black and white gradient color, and then it will apply black and white gradient. At the black color, you double click, and then change the color to a lighter gray. Yes, please, Rexon, you can share your screen. Okay, I didn't ask you to use the gradient tool. I asked you to go to gradient panel. Okay. Okay, since you are using gradient tool, also can you double click the black color? Can you see the black color? Click. Okay, then lower down the gray color. No, the slider. Can you see the slider? Yes. Okay, something like that. Okay, and then the angle, if you want to change the angle, right, you click and drag from the top to bottom. Go back to your gradient tool. Go to gradient tool. Double click, make it lighter gray. The arrow and the slider. Okay, go back to your circle. Okay, click and drag from the top of the circle to bottom. Yep. Okay, adjust back. It should be top to bottom, not in the middle. Top to bottom. Whatever lah. Okay, something like this. Then go back to your selection tool. Why need to press shift and alternate at the same time when drawing the circle at the parts? Okay, shift key to make it round shape. Okay, good question, Xiu Ying. Okay, shift key is to make it a perfectly circle shape. Okay, alternate is for you to draw from the center where you click. Okay, so for example, let's say I share my screen. Okay, can you see my shape over here? The orange color. Okay, when I bring my cursor, okay, I put my cursor somewhere in the middle, roughly using my mouse. Okay, so I put my cursor there, and then I go to my ellipse tool. I click and drag. When I hold my shift key only, you can see the position of my circle. It is not correct. So what I do, I hold alternate also. When I click shift and alternate, it will grow from the center where I click. Then I let go. Okay. All right. So let me continue. Okay. After you have done your gradient, are you guys done? Are you guys done with the light gradient, light gray? The rest? Some more? All right. Okay, now we're going to make a copy of the circle. To copy, right, you can go to edit, copy, or Control C. Okay, and then go back to edit again, and then paste in front, or Control F. Okay, it will paste at the same place. Then you bring your cursor at the corner, you hold your shift and alternate, you make it smaller. Shift and alternate, make it smaller. Faham? Faham tak? Okay, then you press I for eyedropper tool, you pick the color from your object. Something like this. If done, let me know. If you need me to repeat, please let me know also.
How to copy again? Copy, control.
Control C, Control F. Control C, Control F. Edit, copy, edit, paste in front. And then when you're making it smaller, right, after you press Control F or paste in front, you hold your alternate and shift, click and drag from the corner or the side. Hold your shift and alternate key. All right. Then you can select both objects together. Okay, you can make it smaller and then reposition this. Let's say over here. Okay. Then you go to Effects, Stylize, Drop Shadow. Then you lower down the offset. X offset, let's say I put 1 or 2 maybe. Okay, so maybe 1. Y offset also 1. Blur also 1. Okay. And then opacity, I reduce to 50 maybe. Paham? Then you click OK. In my case, it's 1 lah. Maybe it depends on your image size, your object size. Maybe you need to put 2, 2, 2 or 3, 3, 3. Okay. Am I going too fast? Yes. All right. No worries. Okay. So after you duplicate, okay, after you make it smaller, you press I for eyedropper. You choose your color, same as your object. Okay. Then go to your selection tool, select both objects together. Okay. Then you can apply, let's say I want to apply the effects first. So I go to Effect, Stylize, Drop Shadow. Okay, Effect, Stylize, Drop Shadow, and then choose your whatever value, opacity, offset X and Y. Offset X and Y is actually the distance. Okay, how far you want to put your shadow. All right. Then blur also 1. I press OK. I select everything again, and then I make it smaller. I put it over here. All right. Paham? Paham tak? Nirena, do I need to repeat again? Okay, all right, all right. Kalau dah, tolong bagi tahu. Okay, good question. Thank you, Sio. Okay, so if you want to edit the blur effect, okay, the shadow effect, okay, for example, when I go back here, okay, it doesn't look so nice. I need to increase the blurriness, let's say. Okay, so you select your object, you go to Window, Appearance. Okay, go to Window, Appearance. And then in the Appearance panel, you will find Drop Shadow. You click at the Drop Shadow, then you change it. Let's say I change back to 1. Then I press OK. I select the second object, also Drop Shadow, click, and then I change to 1, 1, 1. Then I click OK. All right. Any effect that you apply, right? If you want to change it, you change it from your Appearance panel. Can you see my screen? Appearance panel. Okay, all right.
Sorry, how do you go to appearance then?
Window, Appearance. In case if your screen is a small resolution, right? Maybe you can't see your appearance. So you need to click the window and then you need to click the black color arrow over here on the top until you see your appearance. In case if you already go down, right? Okay, you can see I can't see my appearance, right? So I click the top arrow over here until I see my appearance panel. Okay, you need to select your object first, then only you change the drop shadow. Okay, if drop shadow done, you select the two small circle, alternate, click and drag. Okay, alternate, click and drag. Something like this. Right? If you want to make this perfect 45 degrees, let me just repeat back. If you want to repeat this 45 degrees, 45 degrees, 45 degrees, right? Let's say lah. Okay, so let me see my sample image. 45, 45, and then here it's on top. So here I can't get. Okay, let's say this first four object 45 degrees. So I select these two circles over here. I go to my rotate tool. Okay, I go to my rotate tool, and then I bring my cursor. Okay, can you see there is does it snap? Okay, it doesn't snap. Anywhere over here, it doesn't snap. Okay, so it's supposed to snap. We need to get the center point, right? So if you don't get the center point, what you can do is you can draw a temporary line. Okay, you can use your pen tool, something like this. I click at the anchor point, and then over here, when it says intersect, can you see this? I draw a temporary line. So let's say I go to color, put the black color. So I draw a temporary line. Then I select the two circle, press R for rotate tool, bring the cursor to the anchor point, alternate and click. Okay, so you key in 45 degrees, copy. Then Control D, Control D. Then Control D again, but this one the position is wrong. So I just simply put it over here, let's say lah. Contoh aja Then adjust back. Paham? Paham tak? Okay, select your object, R for rotate tool, bring your cursor to the anchor point or the center point, alternate and click. Okay, after you duplicate, you can remove this and you can fill with a different color. Okay, select, press I, pick the color. Select, press I, pick the color. Select, press I, pick the color. Okay. I is shortcut for what? I is shortcut for what? Eyedropper. Very good. Thank you. Okay, I can see my circle is very small. Okay, I'm supposed to make it bigger. All right. So if I make this bigger, I go to object, transform, scale, and then I check my preview. I press up arrow key. Okay, let's say something like this. Click OK. If I press Control D, cannot. Okay, because it's changing the what you call the center point. So I need to manually go to transform and then scale. Click OK. Select the object, go to object, transform, scale, click OK. So this is manually done. Object, transform, scale. So make sure your first object size is correct. Transform, scale. Select the object, go to object, transform, scale, click OK. Right. So far, any question? Ada soalan? And for the text, you can just type it manually. All right. Ada soalan tak? Okay, I just tunjuk saja, yang ni jangan buat. Okay, so let's say for example lah, so we have here, let me just delete this. Okay, we have a text over here and then text on top of the circle, text at the top, bottom, whatever. Okay, so let's say if I go here, the sample, there is an arrow, text, title, and then there is a body text, let's say. Okay, so jangan buat, tengok saja. So first thing, we need to draw the arrow. Okay, so I can use my pen tool. Okay, saya klik dan lepas, hold the shift key, klik dan lepas. Okay, to stop the line, press V for selection tool. Okay, after you have this line, right, what you do is you go to window and then you go to stroke panel. Okay, so in my case, I already have my stroke panel. Okay, when I double click my stroke panel here, I get it full. And then there is an arrowhead over here. Okay, so the arrowhead, this is start of point, this is end of point. Okay, so I choose the arrowhead on the second dash over here. Click the arrow here, drop down, and then choose the arrow that you want. Let's say I choose this one, and then you can adjust your weight. Okay, so here we have an issue. You see the thickness is not so much, but the arrowhead is very big. Okay, so you can adjust the arrowhead size over here. Right, so this is, make sure the chain is turned on, and then you can adjust the size. Right, so let's say I make it smaller, and then increase the stroke weight over here. So I make it thin, thicker a bit, and then the arrow size, make it smaller a bit. Okay, something like this. Faham tak yang ni? Faham tak? Okay. Okay, so let's say done. Okay, so you need to open your stroke panel. After you draw the line, open your stroke panel, select the object, change the arrowhead over here. Okay, you can try and error lah, either side, both side. And then the arrow scale you change here, the line thickness you change over here. Okay, but when you change the line thickness, the arrow size also will change. Then you adjust the scale of the arrowhead one more time. Right, something like this. Then to put a text, I go to my type tool. Can you see the T letter? Click and then click and let go. So I type idea, let's say. Okay, then go back to your type tool again. I click and drag. Why I click and drag? Because I have a longer text. Okay, then I center it to align center the text. Can you see on top here, the control panel here? Align it. Go to your selection tool. Select all the three objects here. Okay, so let's say everything I align to center. Yeah, I align the both text to center. Select all the three objects. Click one time on the arrow. It will become a thicker blue color line. That means it will become a key object. Then on top here, you will see there is a horizontal align center. You click this. Both texts will follow the arrow. All right. Or you can also, let's say I just simply move it. Select everything, three objects, align it to horizontal align center, and then you adjust back the position. Use your arrow key in your keyboard. Also can. So let's say this one, I make it bold maybe. So let's say I go to Arial, black or bold, either one. Let's say I choose black, and this one maybe Arial, regular. Okay, and then you can adjust the font size. Besar ke kecil ke, whatever, you can adjust. And this idea color, I select the text, press I for eyedropper, pick the color from my object. So dia akan ubah warna, adjust dia punya kedudukan. Okay, something like this. Okay, line is very thick, so sorry. So go back to your stroke panel, kurangkan dia punya tebal dia, adjust balik dia punya size arrow. Okay, something like this. Okay, and if let's say you have this type of line, okay, dia turun bawah dan ke kiri kan. Okay, so same thing, you can use your pen tool. Okay, let's say I duplicate my text, select the text, alternate, click and drag. I letak kat sini. I go to my pen tool. I click, hold the shift key, turun bawah, click, hold the shift key ke kiri, click. To stop the line, you press V for selection tool. Okay, and then you adjust your whatever setting. Okay, so since we already done with the first arrow here, I select my second arrow, I press I for eyedropper, and then I click on the arrow. Okay, so it will follow the same setting, same size, the stroke width. But then it doesn't follow the arrowhead. Arrowhead, I'm going to change it to whatever I've done earlier. Okay, and this one I check back, this is 32. Select, and then 32, 32. Paham? The rest faham tak? Okay, 3 orang faham. Yang lain faham tak? Okay, thank you. Okay, so done. So can you do it on your own? Okay, very good. Okay, just to to add on. Okay, so this text, you see the numbers here, right? Okay, I'm going to just show one text. Let's say I go to my type tool. How to create the stroke into arrow. Okay, so let's say I go to create an arrow, create a line. You open your stroke panel. Siu Ying, you open your stroke panel. Any panel, you get it from your window menu. You go to window and then choose stroke. Once you choose stroke, right, by default, it doesn't load the entire panel. Okay, so you need to double click the stroke name, or you need to click the small arrow here. Click, click, click until it loads everything in the stroke panel. Then you can see there is an arrowhead. You change the arrow. Okay, you can adjust the arrow size. Okay, clear? Xiu Ying? Clear? Okay, so come back to here. Okay, let's say for example, I want to put my number here, right? So I go to this what you call type tool, and then I just simply click, and then I put 01, let's say, and then I go back to my selection tool, change the what you call the font type, let's say Arial black, make it thicker, and then hold your shift key, click and drag to make it bigger. Okay, and then adjust the position and change the color to a white color. Click on the fill color, change the color. Okay, something like this. After you set the size or whatever, then you just alternate, click and drag, go back to your type tool. Okay, and then you change the number. All right. Paham? Paham tak? Yes. Why so silent? Okay. Why my stroke panel only show where there is no column to change the shape? I drag the text, but the text doesn't get bigger. Use your selection. Okay. Rex Wong. Okay, take a look here. Everyone, please take a look. When you type your text, right? When you type your text, okay, you go to type tool, correct? Okay. As I mentioned here just now, I did mention for the idea text, I didn't click and drag. I click and let go my mouse. Click dan lepas mouse. Okay, you are creating a point type. Number one. All right. And for the longer text, the second text, I click and drag to draw a text frame. Okay, very important. Two different things. One is you click and let go, you type your title. Satu lagi, if you have a paragraph type of text, you click and drag. Okay, so when you click and drag, for example, something like this, right? Okay, if I make it bigger, it doesn't increase the font size. Okay, so when you click and drag, it will increase the frame size only. But this one, the idea, if I click and drag, you see, the text becoming bigger because I didn't draw a text frame. I just click dan lepas mouse, then I type my text. Okay, dua cara. In Illustrator, there is two ways for you to type text. Photoshop also same. Okay. Okay, so you click and drag to draw the text frame only when you have a longer text. Okay, usually when you have longer text, right, sometimes kita nak adjust dia punya text dia banyak-banyak. So the text will flow according to your text frame. Okay, okay, Sui Ying. Okay, come back to here. The stroke panel by default, it doesn't show everything. Okay, the stroke panel, it doesn't show everything. So what you need to do is you need to click the double arrow beside the stroke name. There is a small arrow. You click that arrow one time, it will collapse. Click again, it will collapse some more. Click again, it will expand. Then only you can see the arrowhead. Can you share your screen? Oh, okay. It's not a blur, it's faded. Okay, so everyone, please take a look here. If in case if this happened, right, that means you are in isolation mode. Isolation mode means if you have a group, you can double click to select that group, the member of the group. So now what you do, you just double click again at the white color area. Catherine, that's it, done. Okay, so if you accidentally double click somewhere, try one more time. You see, it will become faded. The rest of the object will become faded. Only one object is clear, right? Okay, so that means you are in the isolation mode. You can see that in your layer panel. Where is your layer panel? Open your layer panel. Can you see that? Isolation. Okay. So double click again at the white color area. Then you go back to normal mode. Paham? Any question on the isolation mode? Anyone? No question. Okay, please let me stop sharing. Okay, anyone else got any question? Anyone got any question? Let's say if I got a few points in the paragraph text, is there any bullet that I can choose instead of typing in numbering form? Okay, Illustrator dia tak ada auto bullet. Okay, so what you can do is you can insert a ellipse. Okay, so I'm not sure latest version got or not. Let me check to make sure. Insert special character, bullet and numbering, apply bullet. Okay, let me see if got or not. Let's say if I enter this, align it to the left. If I go to type and then bullet and numbering, apply bullet. Select another paragraph, go to type, bullet and numbering, apply bullet. Stay boleh lah. Okay, so but then here I don't have an option for me to change the bullet. Okay, so what you also can do, usually what I do is I go to window and then I go to type and then ellipse. Window, type, ellipse, and then you choose your symbol. The font type you need to change to Wingdings, W-I-N-G. Okay, then you have more option over here, and then I choose any symbol that I want. I double click. When I double click, it will be loaded here. Okay, when you load it, then you need to adjust the tab setting. All right. So let's say I press tab one time, Control A to select everything, Control Shift T, you will open the tab setting. Okay, then you need to adjust this. Let's say, for example, I move this and then I put another stop over here, something like this. Okay, then manually I have to copy this and then I have to paste it for the next paragraph. Okay, Kairos. Okay, save the file. Very good, Khalid. Very good. Okay, it is very, 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 very important. Okay, you need to always practice save. Always practice save your file. After 10 minutes, Control S. Okay, after 5 minutes, Control S. Very important. Thank you, Khalid. All right. So very important, huh? So whatever you are using, whether Microsoft Word ke, Excel ke, okay, but Excel and Word, it will have an auto save, so no worries. But designing application, even though it has auto save, it might crash your corrupt your file. Okay, clear? Illustrator, I'm not sure. Got or not? Got or not auto save? Ada tak? If I go to edit, preferences, save. General. Let me see. Nope. As far as I know, no. Okay, I don't know whether new version ada ke tak ada. I'm not sure. Okay, sometimes, bukan always. Sometimes if your file crash, right? Okay, when you open back Illustrator, okay, dia akan buka balik. Sometimes, not always. Okay, sometimes. Okay, I'm not sure how it's exactly work. Okay, but then sometimes you akan dapat balik. Most of the time, tak dapat balik. Okay, alright. Okay, quick one, a quick one. Okay, nampak tak bentol ni? This mentol shape ni. Okay, so let's say if I want to create a big mentol or whatever shape, okay, a simple one, you use your circle shape, okay, and then another a rectangle shape, okay, something like this. Adjust the size or whatever. Okay, let's say something like this. Select dua-dua objek serentak. You go to align it, horizontal align center, nombor 1. Kemudian you go to shape builder tool yang kita guna tadi, shape builder tool, click and drag untuk jadikan dia sebagai one object. Okay, it will become as one object, and then you go to your direct selection tool, select these 2 anchor points over here. Can you see my cursor? I just simply from outside click and drag so that it touch the 2 anchor point over here, and you can click and drag to make it rounded shape. Okay, and at the bottom also same. Select the 2 anchor point at the bottom, click and drag this small circle here to make it as a rounded shape. Something like this. And then the bottom, what you also can do, you can just simply draw a straight line. Draw one straight line, letakkan dia punya weight dia, whatever weight. Okay, and then in the stroke panel, you can see there is caps. Make it as a round cap. Okay, something like this. Then I can actually alternate click and drag to duplicate. Okay, and I can also make it smaller size. I can use my direct selection tool, pendekkan dia, and then duplicate another one, and then make it smaller. Faham? Okay, then you can apply. Okay, this is stroke. You must remember this is stroke. So when you're applying, this should be a stroke color. Let's say if you want to make it into a shape, then you can go to object, expand. Click OK. So dia akan jadi sebagai shape. Okay, and for this one, you can apply a gradient color. You can choose radial gradient, and then choose a, let's say I reverse this. The outer color, I want to apply yellowish color. So double click the color, choose something like a yellowish color. Okay, maybe lighter, maybe orangey a bit or whatever. And then you can move your white color here so that the white become bigger, number one. And this white color, I don't want it to be down here, but up here. So this is where we use the gradient tool. Okay, go to the gradient tool, bring your cursor to the center somewhere around here. You click and you drag. Okay, can you see the white color is on top right now? Okay, so let's say if I want to bring it down a bit, let's say something like this. And all this, let's say I change it to a solid color, whatever lah, gradient, solid, up to you. All right, so let's say I pick a color, something like this. Faham tak? Draw a circle, draw a rectangle shape, make it as one object using shape builder tool. And then you select the anchor point, click and drag the round shape. Okay, to make it rounded corner. Faham tak? Okay. Boleh buat, tak boleh buat is second question, but you need to understand first. Okay, step dia mungkin nampak macam banyak, tapi tak banyak. Okay, but you can know that, okay, using a circle shape, using a rectangle shape, combine together, and then make it rounded corner. Right? Okay, any question? Guys, any question? Soalan? Okay, Shazwana, what is the difference between outline and expand, and when do we need to use layer? Okay, when do we need to use layer? If your design, you have many elements. For example, I have text, I have some, some like snake shape, and then I have circle shape. All this, right? If you have difficulty in selecting the object, okay, currently this design consider empty, tak complex. Okay, so if you, let's say background, I have satu image, or maybe some other design. For example, let's say I have some whatever shape. Okay, and then I go to rotate there. For example, let's say something like this. Okay, this is a background, let's say. So I send this to the back, and then I ada contoh saja, something like this. So yang ini saya buang. Okay, and then when object is overlapping, right? Okay, it will be sometimes difficult for you to select. When you click and drag, they select semua. So what you can do, all the background element, you put in one layer. You cut the elements, you go to layer panel, you create new layer, and then you paste in front. Control F. Dekat layer 2. Layer 2 adalah bawah layer 1. Okay, so this is one element. Kemudian all the design you put in layer 1. So all the text, katakan saya select the text, saya cut. Make sure select everything, saya cut, and then new layer, and then paste in front. So easier for me to edit. All right, that's one, using the layer. All right, and then whatever element that you are not editing, you can lock the layers. All right, when you lock, you don't accidentally select other element. You only select the text sahaja bila lock. Faham? Layer? Okay. And then the difference between outline and expand. Outline is only used for your text sahaja. Okay, but you can use the expand to outline the text also. Okay, but other than that, for example, let's say saya dah let's say I buat benda lain. For example, an effect. If you apply a drop shadow, for example, contohnya kita ada drop shadow kan dekat sini. Okay, so let's say I make it bigger. Can you see the drop shadow? Okay, I want to move the drop shadow separately. Can I do that? Can I do that? Unless if you go to edit your drop shadow. So what I can do, I can go to object, I go to expand appearance. Then I go to object, ungroup. Now I can move it separately. Ini contoh lah, salah satu contoh. Okay, sometimes certain things, okay, for example, I buat blend, for example. Okay, so I go to type my text. AI, for example, I change my Arial to black. Okay, and then I make this bigger. Okay, and then I go to Control C, Control F, and then I move this. And then I apply with white color. Ada dua objek, satu black text, satu white text. Saya select dua-dua, and then I go to object, and then I go to blend, let's say. Dia akan ada in between. Go to object again, blend option. Let's say I increase the steps over here. Okay, something like this. Then I click OK. Okay, let's say for example, contoh saja. Tiba-tiba in the middle here, I nak satu whatever blue color stroke. Contoh. So I need to expand the blend. Okay, so I go to object and then I go to expand. Click OK. So dia akan jadi individual object. Then I can actually go to object, ungroup. Ungroup dua kali. Then I can select tempat yang I nak tukar dia jadi biru. For example, let's say, okay, I tak nampak. So what I do, I press Control Y. Okay, now I boleh nampak. Okay, let's say I select this two. Let me try and see. I go to my color panel. Let's say I change this. Tukar tak? Tak tukar. Why it didn't select? Okay, because there is an original object here on top. Let me select both. Okay, again, I go to here. I select these two objects here, and then I change to whatever other color. Contoh lah, contoh. Okay, any effect, okay, any whatever you do over here ke, envelope ke, blend ke, offset ke, okay, and then you can go to expand ataupun expand appearance. Okay, but outline is only for your text. Here, type create outline. It's only for the text. Okay. Okay, how to join two lines that is not connected into one same line. I saw you done it earlier, but didn't get it. All right. So let's say, for example, you draw a line. Okay. And then I put a stroke color. I make it thicker, let's say. Okay. And then I have another line. Whatever lah. Okay. So let's say something like this. And then I want to join these two lines. All right. So I go to my direct selection tool. Direct selection tool. I click and drag from outside. Can you see my dotted line? Make sure both anchor point is selected. Let go. And then you go to object, path, and then join. Shortcut is Control J. Okay, it will be joined together as one object. Okay, let's say I undo back. I put a different color so that you can see clearly. Excuse me. Okay, go to direct selection tool, click and drag to select both anchor point. Press Control J. Nampak? Dia jadi satu objek. Bila satu objek, same color lah. Okay, and how do you export the image? Any idea? You go to File, you go to Export, Export for Screen, and then choose where do you want to save your file, and then click Export Artboard. Okay, can? And then submit in the form. File, Export for Screen. Okay, choose where do you want to save your file. Over here, choose the folder where exported file are placed. And then you click export. It will be as a PNG file, and then you can upload. Right, this is one. Okay, can you guys please turn on your camera? Bye guys, everyone. Virus, bye. Arena, bye. Okay, bye guys. I will end the session now. Thank you. Bye bye.